So, we survived! Would you like to know how? Well, Cura team, and welcome back to Frostpunk on PS5. So, you want to know how I survived? I want to know how I survived. So let's have a look. So this is I've made saves every 10 days along the way, because I wasn't sure exactly how well I was going to do this time around. But now that I've done quite well, we can go back and have a look at the trajectory of where I got, how I got to a winning position. So we've just sent our scouts out, and they're off looking for Winterhome, and we've found a few bits and pieces. Obviously, one of the things I know is there's an automaton out here at the bridge, and further down here there's an outpost. So I would suggest that two of the first things to do is start heading for those things. So I didn't bother with any of this stuff. I've just started heading this way because I know there's a coal outpost down here. So right from the beginning, my focus is on trying to think about coal and heating, and also on research. And we'll have a look at the research and laws in a minute. So what we've got going here is we push to get the beacon out so we can get the research going as quickly as possible, and we've got some sawmills and some hunters' huts and various things on the way here, and we've started increasing our resource depots. In and around the heater, I mean, again, the generator, similar to what I did before, which is I've focused the tents and the medical as close in as possible, and a place to make food, a cookhouse, because why not? I mean, this is where you need to focus the people, I think, in terms of their living arrangement, is as close to the generator as possible. So not a lot has happened in the first 10 days, really, just getting started gathering resources. I mean, I've cleared out most of the things in here and started work on, I think we've got steel wreckage over there, but we've finished a whole bunch of bits and pieces here, so our research is going to be focused on that. In terms of the city, we're not doing very well with coal right now. We've got some wood on the go. We've not got a lot of steel on the go. We have a little bit of food on the go. That much is true. Medical wise, we seem to be doing okay and keeping up. And food wise, we still got homeless people, so that's no great shakes. In terms of the research side of things, we went straight out with heaters and the generator range upgrade, and we're now moving on to try and get down through as many of these heat advancements as we can. In terms of exploration, we need the beacon, but essentially that's it. Nothing else to focus on. In terms of resources, I needed the sawmill. Because I very, very definitely needed the sawmill. We're going to move on very quickly to coal after this. But in terms of food, health, and shelter, I haven't done anything. Haven't done anything at all yet. In terms of the books of laws in adaptation, you can see the first thing we did was jump out into child labor for safe jobs. We then moved on to the shift work, so we started getting people onto the shift work. We also got soup to make our food last longer, the fighting arena to bring discontent down, and the radical treatment and the overcrowding to try and sort out the medical situation. So a real focus on working and work, extending our food, dealing with discontent, and dealing with the medical side of things. And that's where we were at day 10. And this is what we saw at day 10. So, day 10, let's have a look at what things look like at day 20. Right, well, welcome back. Here's day 20, and we're in the thick of the Londoners. So, we've already moved into Londoners. Now, I think I was having a look about this game, and my understanding is that it's not particular days that trigger these events. It's the things that you find. So once you get to Winterhome and you do all the Winterhome stuff, once you find Winterhome, that starts triggering the Londoners. So we came down here. We found the outpost at the coal mine, and we've already pushed hard to set up an outpost so we can start getting coal as fast as we can. So that's one of our big drives, and obviously we need people. So one of the other drives is we really need people. So as soon as you find Winterhome, anyway, you're going to trigger the Londoners, but you also want to drive more people. So we're now up to 230 people. Which is not bad. I mean, that's giving us a lot of effort and a lot of things to do. And you can see we're up to 1,599 coal already. We've expanded a little bit. We've got slightly more hunters shacks. We've got a sawmill. We've now moved into the larger steelworks. We've now researched coal mines. Why coal mines and not coal thumpers? Good question. I'm glad you asked. Coal thumpers create a resource pile that you then also need to gather from, whereas coal mines directly produce coal. So one of the things that I thought about as we were transitioning our way through the research and all of the other bits and pieces was brought about by a statement that I read from somebody, which was talking about thinking about gathering resources and how resources are gathered. Because if you gather a resource directly, you save yourself a bucket load of time rather than having to have someone go out and get it for you. Hard with the hunters because they really have to go and hunt to get food. But you can see at this point we've got 590 food. I didn't think that food would become the issue that it becomes later on in the game, and I should have stayed on top of that. So my advice would be, don't rest on your laurels with food. That said, I still managed to make it through because I really concentrated very hard on the coal, and it was touch and go on the coal, I tell you. So I didn't exactly do it as efficiently as possible. But anyway, so we've expanded a little bit out here. The other thing is the workshops for research. Build 2. So you can just build 1, but it's slow. You really do benefit from 2. I mean, if you have spare engineers, build 3, I guess. You'll even truck through the research even quicker. But one of the things I started to find out at this stage was running out of people. Now, looking back on that, I possibly should have signed the child labor all jobs laws earlier, because you can certainly free up a lot of people. So I think perhaps I should have got the kids working sooner. And my advice to you, if you're following my footsteps to make things a little bit more comfortable, is get the kids working sooner, because as soon as you get the child labor stuff up and running, it really helps. So in terms of research, where are we now? Well, if we have a look at the heating, we've been working on moving down. We've expanded the generator range upgrade. We're looking further down, but we had to do a couple of things. We had to get the outpost depot sorted. And I really had to push into, like I say, coal mining and coal mining optimization and upgrades to the resource depots and things. We needed the sawmills, we needed the steel works, so we had to move into that. Faster gathering is obviously very useful. In terms of food and health, well, we had to get hunters gear to try and actually get them moving along a little bit quicker, and I had to start looking into getting the medical post upgrades sorted, mainly because I wanted the insulation. So one of the things I wanted to focus on was where I could get insulation working for me. So I've been working on that in terms of the technology tree. In terms of the laws, we went the way of strength and order. So last time I went the way of faith, so I thought this time I'd go a different way and see what I got. So this has, it's more sort of Orwellian 1984 kind of thing, so pushing into neighborhood watch, pushing into morning gatherings, pushing into guard stations and patrols to kind of keep the peace, the propaganda center, working towards trying to get down to the bottom, where you can effectively become a despot. In terms of adaptation, I haven't really done anything, but I should have gone here. I should have gone to child labor, all jobs, earlier on. I got the care house sorted, I got funerals and cemeteries because that was becoming important. But I really should have moved on to child labor, all jobs at this stage, to be honest. But I think at this stage I was focused on trying to sort out the Londoners and do all the bits and pieces. Internal to the city, I started building the hubs. So I started looking at, so you can see the circles around the hubs. So I placed all of these hubs around here in sort of a 5-pointed star formation to try and get all of these places heated. My intent was to keep the amount of medical emergencies down, and that was working. That was working at this stage. It was working quite well to have these hubs going. I had plenty of coal working. I had the automaton working on one of them. I had this staffed. I didn't really have a problem with that. I hadn't opened the third one yet, and I was really going okay with that, so I was happy with things going. Things were quite stable at this stage. Now let's take a look at it when we get to day 30, when things start to get a little bit sketchy. Right, back again for day 30. So we passed through the through the Londoners, and we're into the refugee stage now. So the Londoners are all done, but we've got these refugees that are now approaching. We've done all down here. We've got our outpost still sending us stuff. We're now heading out into this kind of eastern area to have a look at what's going on, but we've now got all these incoming refugees that we have to manage. So you can see we've got 302 people, but we got 21 without housing. The medical situation's been getting steadily worse. We've been getting deeper and deeper cold snaps, less and less warm. So we've been pushing really hard. We've got our propaganda center, which is helpful in sending out the propaganda bulletins. We've got the guard towers positioned around the place, which are helpful at sending out patrols. So again, we've put, 4 around here. We've got our 5 steam hubs that are keeping everything warm. We've got focusing on all of the housing and all of the medical in here, essentially. We've now got our other coal mine down at the bottom working. We've got these coal mines. These are resource depots. They don't matter if they're cold. There's nobody works there, so they can be out on the periphery. We've got our steelworks out here because this is where our steel resources are. We've got the sawmill because that's where the resources are. We've got a sawmill out here because that's where the resources are. It seems to be that the hunters don't care about heating either, so I've pushed their obviously out here. We've got our research working flat out, as you can tell, in our fighting arena, which doesn't care. So all of this stuff that doesn't care about heating is kind of out here, although that said, the steelworks do, and we haven't been heating them at this stage other than using the internal heaters. So you can see the internal heaters here going. So we've got most of the stuff in here okay. The tents don't warm up well. Obviously you'd be better with bunkhouses, but I just didn't have time to go down the road of building bunkhouses. Could you imagine how many replacing things? It eats up time that you don't have, because this scenario is all about just rushing through to try and get as much coal as you possibly can to survive. And I survived just with slightly less than 8,000. I would say if you're serious about surviving comfortably, you need to have at least 10,000 coal by the time you hit the storm. And I was short, just slightly short, but I was short. So I made it, but only just. If you want to make it slightly more comfortably, I'd say try and get to have at least 10,000 coal, because that's what you're going to need. Again, the food situation is looking pretty good. So 302 people, 462 food. Pushed on soup, you know, really pushing on soup. There was a couple of occasions when I had to make rations, but by and large, just keep it with the soup, because you can make more with less with soup, obviously. I mean, you've got plenty of snow, so there you go. And we've got some more medical tents and various things going on around the edges. But essentially that's where we're at. But it was starting to get a little bit twitchy at this point, and it was starting to look a little bit like I was going to be significantly challenged. And then the refugees were going to come on board, and that was going to really put me in the cuck, as it were. So yeah. So lining up for it. I had 10 days from this point to get ready. I guess I did just about enough. But let's just move on and see what happens next. Right, well, here we are. It's day 40, day 41. As you can see there, top right hand corner, is when the big cold is going to hit. Look, I hope I'm better prepared this time. I have nearly 8,000 coal. I appreciate that I only have people in tents, which may not be ideal, but sacrifices had to be made to keep the coal flowing. I'm a bit concerned about the food situation, because I just, for whatever reason, I haven't been able to stay on top of the food situation. I've got about 446 people, which I think is more or less the same as I had going into the cold the last time. We've been pulling in coal from the outpost, but that's going to stop, obviously. We have these coal mines, and we have the 3 coal thumpers that I've got, and we've got the resource gathering posts, which are gathering all the coal from here, which is, there's a stockpile, isn't there? Can you see what the stockpile is? Just 516, and this one has 431, so there's nearly 1,000 there on top of the nearly 8,000 that I have. I've researched as much as I can do on the heating side of things. So we've gone all the way over here. We've gone to generator safety bypass, which means I can chuck it into overdrive a little bit better. I've obviously focused on efficiencies as much as I can to try and save as much, and gone straight through the overdrive coupling side of things. because these consume a lot of coal anyway, so I'm not. So we're same with this. So that's two coal. That's 3 coal. So at the minute, I'm waiting on this beacon coming through, which we'll get. So hopefully that will give me some additional warning as to how we manage the coal, which should be fine. The if we some reason why I can't. Oh, I don't have scouts. I was going to say we'll go and have a look at the world map, but we can't because I switched the scouts off. So world map doesn't matter anyway. I'm also marginally worried about the fact that we've got 72 sick people. We've got 90 people that are being, I think they're in recovery. We've got 11 people with frostbite, I think, and 84 people who are amputees. Again, not a lot I can do about that. And I'm also worried about discontent. I can't seem to get the discontent to come down. I've got no food for that. We'll do propaganda. We'll bring discontent down. So I'm kind of conscious that I think all the food stops during the storm, and you can't have anybody outside. But I think, for example, like sawmills should still work. So yes, it could be argued that I should have got hothouses. I focused my research differently, and that's not to say that I can't do them next. Albeit we might be short of wood. And this propaganda thing uses wood, so I'm kind of hoping maybe if we can keep the wood supply up. We need some people on the stockpiles. Some kids on the stockpiles. I think everybody else is well staffed. This is not well staffed, and this is more coal. We need more people on that. Sorry about that. This is a cold place. We got heaters out there, but we don't have a steam hub, so that's a cold place. Yeah. Let's see what happens, shall we? I mean, I'll try my best. People are stealing food. Well, that's great, because I don't have any food. Really, this is telling me that the stockpiles are full, and we can't get people to take the stuff away from the stockpiles fast enough. Let's carry on. The big cow to be here soon enough, mate. Just need to soldier on. Soldier on. How will we manage? Mate, a good question.
Brace yourselves. Cold is coming.
Another cold snap. Let's give it a quick boost of overdrive. We got some food going on. Using up some rations and things. Right. The beacon can now gauge the severity of incoming storms, so I think we need to switch the beacon on. Beacon. Resume operation. It's not clear if we need... Right. They've double and triple checked. The strongest winds cause the damage to hunting will be impossible. Plants in the hothouses will freeze. Yeah, I thought that. Everyone left outside will perish, and so will we if we can't heat our homes. We have to prepare. I have certainly tried to do that. So, what does this say? Recall all scouts and teams. These guys are coming. So, when they get here, in 4 hours, can I... If I dismantle this now, do I lose that coal? I don't... Let's wait 4 hours. The survivors. Rescue the survivors from the snow burrows. No. We never got there. That's the snow burrows up there. They're toast. Research the generator power upgrade 3. Okay, maybe that's next. Gather at least a week's worth of food for each citizen. 2,610 food rations. Now, mate. A week? Is this 7 days? 4 hours until that team gets here. It's 2:14. we go. 6:14.
Attention, shift is over. Proceed
Right.
to quarters. Praise our glorious leader.
That's already been done. So I think 10 of our people died instantly. Kadaboom! The storm hasn't even gotten here. We got 97 sick people. And we've already got this thing on overdrive. And we've got Steam hubs operating. So I'm still not hopeful. Still not hopeful. 2 days to build an infirmary. I mean, sure, I will build you an infirmary. What's this now? 3 days to use triage. People can stop. Right. So it said we needed to do generator power upgrade 3. We need to do generator power upgrade 2. We need to open an infirmary. Ah, that's right. That's a medical post. Researched infirmary. That might not be good. So I think there's no food, so I can't use that, and that has a 2-day cooldown period. So that's not going to work either. Got some hubs over here. They're hard to see, but there's one. I think if I can change the range setting to 2, will that change anything regarding those? It's come down a bit. As has my coal supply come down a bit. I think, frankly, the steelworks. I think I can get the kids off the steelworks, and I can turn that heater off, and I can halt the operation because I have more than enough steel to see me through. I've got 251, so let's halt the steelworks operation. This is the sawmill. I'm still going to need that. This thing out here worries me a little. I think I need to drop the kids off that. Discontent people. It's got a heater on, but it's still freezing cold. I'm not sure I can build a hub. I can. I'll add a little extra. I might just have it there. Keep it as close to as possible. That's coal, that's coal. This coal, that's stuff, that's the pub. Which is intended to keep discontent down. This is sawmill. No. The kids out there. It's also going to be cold. Possibly not a lot I can do about that. This is, what is this? No, that's somebody's in treatment. That's the hunter's hut, which honestly, they're out at the minute, but when they get back, when the morning comes, that's going to be the end of the hunter's huts. And sadly, this I'm going to switch off right now. People are eating raw food. They're going to be lucky because it's the morning and the hunter's huts operate up until 6, so it's 6 o'clock, which is now. That's the end of the hunter's huts, so these all need halted, and we need to get the people out of there. Because there'll be no more food going on, because they can't go outside. No. I didn't mean to do that. That's already off. That's 4. Here's another one. I had a few of these. It's still not enough. I still never managed to keep up. And that one. I think where I did better last time was that I concentrated more on getting some hunting research. Right, they're all off. That's all off. What's out here is all resource posts and gathering posts that are down here. That thing. I'm hoping that by getting the children off working, that no child fatalities cause people to go a little bit spare or something. So we're going to do it because there's an automaton working that one. Yeah, I'm gonna get all the kids indoors, I think. That was all those that I think had production facilities with kids in. That's supposed to be halted, and that is supposed to be halted. Here's another one. So we've got a thumper and a thumper and a thumper. The two coal mines. This, and we had a sawmill, which had a lot of kids in it. That one, and this is the sawmill, which is inoperative because there are no gatherable resources in range. Oh, okay, that one's been done then. Well, that's alright, I can just dismantle that. So that's fine, that one can go away. That one's still got a couple of bits of wood working. What's this? An exclamation mark. That is the fact that there is no raw food. Well, there isn't going to be any more food after this. So that can go off and that can go off, and that reduces some of the drain on that. So we've now just got all these. I'm not sure that's going to help, but we'll certainly give it a try. And that one, so we're trying to push the heat as much as we can with what we have. Blah 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 blah. I think these should be set to 2. Yes. Anything else out here that needs to be focused on? There's some housing and medical. Let's push that out. This one, push it out. That one, push it out. And that was the one that we already did, yes. And this one out here, which is also cold, push it out. Right. Go!
Brace yourselves.
Now here it comes. They're not going to be happy when I don't open the new infirmary. How long have I got till this resets? Doesn't say. Right, here we go. The city, the storm hits the city. The cold will be brutal. Hunting is impossible. We'll have to make do with the food we've stockpiled. Sorry to tell you, ain't no food. Survive. We've prepared well. Have we? I guess we'll see. Look at how fast that coal's going down.
Thank our leader for this bright new day. Now march to work.
That coal is going down quickly. 206 people, and it drops continuously. Right, so what does this do? This generator power upgrade allow us to raise the temperature by 1. The coal consumption is tripled. Well, it doesn't help. Allows us to turn the range setting up, which also triples the coal use, which doesn't help. I need 120 wood to do that one. This one's on my list of things that I have to do for some reason. So we're nearly there. So, well, hang on. Right, there we go. 120 wood. Now, for some reason, it wanted me to research. Maybe I get some kind of a boost or something. I don't know. I need. I think you people are all good. What's happening here? Nothing. Have a look at the heat map. Ooh. We've got some very small localized areas. The care house is doing good. We've got some medical posts which are doing okay. We've got our research places which are doing okay. We've got our propaganda center which is doing beautifully. The pub ain't doing so well. We've got a coal mine doing okay, that one's stuff, but we've got our coals are they're alright, which is good because if we can keep those going, maybe we can survive the attrition of people. That's my plan. So let's see what the coal use looks like. It's kind of sketchy, but it's nighttime, so it's always going to drop at night. The duel is taking place. Yes, yes, yes. Sick is up and down. The hungry is going through the roof. Let's see what happens when people get to work. How's this going? Not enough wood. Yeah, okay. That's understandable. So? Right. Another day.
Cold is coming.
Right. Is the coal going up or down? It's kind of holding steady, which isn't great. Is there something we need to be doing? I need food rations to extend the shift. That's cold. Is there anything else we can switch off? Not really. This is all mostly housing and infirmaries. So this one says that it's cold. Storage limit has been reached. I haven't actually heated this one. And if this, why is the storage limit been reached? Is that because I don't have anybody on this pile? Aha! Let's get some people on that pile. And let's get the heater on. And that's already cranked up. So that might help. Survive the storm. Discontent is going up a lot. Let's hit the propaganda. Right, so we've done that. Do we need to do this? 60 wood. I don't think there's anything else that will help us now. Outposts and factories, efficient gathering. Oh, that would help. Yes, no, let's do that. And I see there's a coal mining optimization thing as well. So things have gotten cold. Oh, that didn't help. That did not help. Wait, what's this? They want triage. Fine. I can't open an infirmary, you'll have to go away. So what I need to do is I need to pass the triage law. Which is down here. Discontent is too high. Oh, discontent will rise anyway. Oh, well, bugger, that's no good.
Hear me. New law in the city.
Oh, 3 days. They're not going to be happy when 3 days when I haven't managed to get the discontent down. I think what I was going to do was, if I can, for something as important as the generator, it would be nice if I could do that. Look at that, we're all the way cranked up. And we're going to put overdrive on. For a bit. Alright, that's as much as I'm prepared to stomach. Sorry. Got a little bit of heat. That's as much as you get. Because I really, really, really need to manage the coal. Oh, it's getting colder. And we're not getting any more coal. Coal is continuing to go down. And what's happening here? Is that a tent? No, this is a medical post. I don't think there's anything else we can turn off. Oh, day 47. I've got 4 days. I'm never gonna make it to 4 days. Just never gonna make it to 4 days. Just not gonna get enough flipping coal. Oh, I need food for the foreman. That's not gonna help, is it? And this, I got 2 days. Day 45. No, I'm halfway through. I've got maybe a day until I can use that again. Can I make that a 14-hour day? Sorry. And I'm gonna make that a 14-hour day. And I'm gonna make that a 14-hour day. Sorry about that. And we got these people gathering, and we've got more efficient gathering on the way. But we are, my friends, 8 hours away from running out of coal. What should we do? Send guards to calm everybody down. It's touch and go. Efficient gathering. Is this helping? Is it gonna help? We're still going down. Still going down. Still going down. Right. Is there anything we can turn off? Well, let's see if there's any research we can do. Gathering post installation. Gathering posts will be warmer. Yeah, no, that's... What did I want? Coal mining rationalization. Let's get that going. Yeah, what I wanted to do was see if there's anything we can cut off. That. Halt. That's one. That's keeping those warm. That's keeping a bunch of stuff over there warm. That's keeping those medicals warm. That's keeping those houses warm. That's keeping that coal place warm. I think we maybe need to set it down. And they're only working between 6 and 8 over here. So let's do that. They should probably only be working over here between 6 and 8. Because it's mainly a workplace. This is mainly a workplace, 6 and 8. So that'll do that. And these are all homes and things. What is this telling me? The storage limit has been reached for the stockpiles. So for some reason the coal piles aren't clearing. Oh, I can set the length of time on the coal piles? Didn't know that. Right, so they're all working flat tackety-poo. Right, here we go again. No, coal is still dropping quite fast. Discontent is still too high. Coal is about to run out. This is too cold. That's it.
Bundle up. It's getting colder.
I got this far last time as well. Let's get the generator up and running. No, I need to get it up and running. It says that it's switched off. We must hold on. Fine, full anyway. Oh, we're nearly there. Is this thing operating or not operating? Right, I think it's operating now. Come on. Coal's only up. Come on. Oh. Oh, look at how far I've got to bring discontent down. By when? Reduce discontent to 70 in a day? How am I going to do that? I can't sign the tree, so discontent is too high. People are dying, coal is dropping because it's night time. All of them froze to death. Ah. Not a chance. Not a chance, not a chance, not a chance. I've got a day in 5 hours. Will I make it? What's this? Yeah, that's okay. That's another... Wait, what was that? Was that a gathering post? No, I needed a gathering post, I think, mate. That one doesn't even have a heater. Not that it matters, really, I suppose. What's happening here? It's another coal pile. Get the kids out to freeze to death, why not? Coal mining rationalization, all coal mines now 10% more efficient, that's good. Oh, we got to hold on. Got to hold on. I've got a day and 2 hours till the storm breaks, but I don't think I'm going to get discontent down far enough. I do not like this. Why you would think with that there you go. Go, 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 go. I've got a day. I've got less than a day to convince people to trust me. 21 hours. My plan is to wait as close as I can and then chuck it into overdrive. blimey, could we select? Thank you. It's here. We're nearly here. I got 516. 15. 14. Come on, we're nearly there. I've got 500 coal. 400 coal. I've got 11 hours to go. Everything stopped.
Wrap up well. Frost is here.
Oh, it's dropping even further. You're having a giraffe, aren't you? 9 hours. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. I've got next to no. Oh, mate. Mighty poo. Talk about taking it to the wire on this one, I tell you. Ah. Whew. Well, there you go. That's what it took, and yeah, like I said, taking it to the absolute wire. We didn't make it comfortably, but then, you know, a 1-0 win is still a 1-0 win, even if it's in the last minute of the game. So there you go. That's the first scenario of Frostpunk. I was worried there for a minute, as you could probably pick up. Not exactly the most comfortable end of the game, but there you go. We got it, and we got there, and we survived, as the game says. So, blimey, I hope you like it. I'm actually looking forward to do another one. There's another scenario, so I'm going to do another playthrough of another scenario very, very shortly, because it's such a good little game. Honestly, it's such a good little game. If you don't have it, buy it. If this is your kind of thing, buy it. Really, really do. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. Do drop a like. Do subscribe to the channel. Do click the bell notification so that you know when the next one of these comes out, and there will be another one coming out. And do feel free to drop a line with any suggestions, tips, or comments. And I will see you all again for another Frostpunk and another scenario in the not too distant future. And until then, ta-ta for now.
PlayStation